What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Sophomore Perspective of Collecting, episode 7, I think. Yeah, episode 7. And I'm going to talk about prospecting and when investing in young players, how you should look at more than just the points per game, because a lot of people tend to do that and it doesn't tell the whole story a lot of times. So, many people, when I got back into the hobby early last year, and I was looking at prices, right? I was looking at Trey. I was looking at Luca, and I remember Trey, I think his silver was around $600 back then, 500. And now we laugh at that price, the way the hobby has gotten, right? But at the time then, it was pretty big. And just like everybody else, the first mentality you have, I'm going to find the next young Trey, the next young player to become Trey, and I'm going to make that $100 card into a $600 card, and I'm going to kill it, right? That's what everybody's mentality is, and that was mine too in the beginning. So when I was hunting for that next Trey Young Luca, let's say, Colin Sexton was my guy. Now, I'm an avid sports fan, so I watch a lot of basketball, I watch a lot of football, I watch a lot of every sport pretty much. And I also read a lot about sports. Now, I get it. Not everybody is a sports junkie like I am. So, watching maybe, right? Not too many people are watching Cleveland Cavalier games, right? So, if you're not watching the games, though, you could look at stats, but look at more than points per game. And also, if you're not watching, read a lot. Read about the player. And don't just read and listen to the mainstream media. Like, don't listen to Charles Barkley and Shaq talk. Go find the beat writer of that team. Beat writers, guys, is key to knowing not just about investing in cards, about knowing your favorite team, knowing your favorite players. These guys' job is they get paid for following one specific team, every game, watching every play. So, these guys actually know what the third string point guard does in a team as opposed to us, right? We're not going to know what I'm giving a Cavaliers example, third string point guard is doing. These guys know. So these guys are very important because they give a lot of information that we wouldn't know. So anyways, so I got into Colin Sexton. I loved him because I watched him play. I read up on him. I loved his stats, everything about it. So that was my guy. And I remember at the time, too, when I was investing, Devonte Graham was the big thing, right? He went from being 2 points a player game to 18 points, and everybody was going crazy. And I didn't see it with Devonte Graham. Now, I'm going to show you what I saw with Colin Sexton versus Devonte Graham. And I'm not claiming that I know it all, and maybe I was right. Right now, it looks a lot better, Colin Sexton than Devonte Graham, but I'm going to be wrong too in the future. But I want to show some telling stats that scared me away from Devonte Graham. All right. So let me pull out the laptop over here. Let me get this set up. All right. Okay. So, as you could see, as I was talking about, everybody fell in love with this, right? He was a 4.7 a point player. This is Devonte Graham. He went to 18.2. Everybody invested in him. The hobby went big. The hobby exploded. His cards 3x'd, whatever. But what people didn't realize, and what I realized that I didn't like about Devonte Graham, and I'm not bashing Devonte Graham. I know he's struggling, but he could turn out to be a 25-point-a-player game. So don't take my advice. Don't think that I'm bashing him and I'm telling you to sell his cards. I'm not saying that. To each their own. I never tell somebody what to do. Anyways, back to what I was saying. As you could see, he shot 38% field goal percentage. You guys want to know how bad 38% is? Because you're thinking 38% is bad, but I'll show you how bad it is. In the whole NBA 2019, you see it, guys? 2019 regular season. Let's do the whole NBA, all positions. In the whole NBA, guess where he ranked? Oop, sorry, I did it bad because it's not showing everybody. Let's go like this, the lowest first. Look where he ranked, guys. Before last, he was the second worst shooter in the league. That's a big telling sign that, yeah, maybe I shouldn't invest in this guy. Now, you go to point guards. He was the worst point guard in the league shooting percentage. So now you're thinking, okay, he's a young player, it could get better, this and that. Let me see, does he get to the rim, right? Because a bad shooting guard, right? Because there's a lot of point guards that don't shoot that well, and there's a lot of point guards that shoot very well. So the point guards that don't shoot that well usually get to the rim often. So you go more in depth, right? You're gonna go to Devontae Graham, and you're gonna check. Stupid ad. Give me a sec, guys. And you're gonna check his stats, and you see right here, shot distance at the rim. He went 69 for 127, 54%. Guys, don't forget, almost everybody has a high percentage in the when they're at the rim. And 3 to 10, where you're using floaters and you're close to the rim, 274, which is pretty bad, 29 for 106. So now you're trying to put that in context versus other players, right? So you're going to go take example, Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a pretty bad shooter, everybody could agree, but he gets to the rim often. So let's look at Russell Westbrook's stats. Stupid ad again. Give me a sec, guys. Right over here. Look at Russell Westbrook. 368 out of 578. He took 578 attempts at 63%, which is better, but forget the percentage for now. 578 and 3 to 10 feet, he took 210 attempts. Versus, what do we say Devontae Graham was at? 230 attempts versus 700 attempts. And now you're going to say, yeah, fine, but Russell Westbrook's a hog, right? He shoots 20 more field goals than Devontae Graham a night, which you're right? Let's go look at that. We're going to go look at Devontae Graham takes 15 field goal attempts, and Russell Westbrook takes 22 attempts, which you're right. So then let's go find somebody that's remotely close to him, right? So we look at Devontae Graham again. He's taking 50 field goal attempts a game. And Derrick Rose taking 15 field goals a game. 49% versus 38%. So let's go see Derrick Rose's stats in depth. Stupid ad, give me a sec. Derrick Rose at the rim, 151 for 227, 66%, a lot better than Graham. And 3 to 10 feet, 87 out of 190. So he took about 420 shots. As opposed to Devontae Graham's, which we said was around 230. So he takes double the output. So he's a bad shooter, field goal percentage-wise, that doesn't get to the rim as often as other not so great shooters, although Derrick Rose's shot has gotten better. So that was a big telltale for me that I want nothing to do with Devontae Graham. And aside from looking at Colin Sexton, actually watching the games because I enjoy basketball, and reading up on him, you look at Colin Sexton's stats. And look at Colin Sexton. His rookie year, he averaged 16.7. He improved to 20.8. So this was the guy I want to invest in. And not to mention that last year, after January, Devontae Graham, Colin Sexton's stats were up to, from January and on, his stats were up to like 25 points a game. I don't remember exactly what they were, but I was doing the math back then. 25 points a game, which is absolutely insane for a second-year player, right? Jumping from 16 to 25. And not to mention that they had that bum coach, I forget his name, which they fired. And as soon as Bickerstaff came, you see the improvement in Colin Sexton's game, right? He gave him the thing and improved to 25 points a game. And look at so far this year. Colin Sexton is killing it. He's at 26 points a game this year. And he's shooting very well. Field goal percentage, 55%. 3-point, 55%. And as you can tell, we're going to look at, let's go look at our guy's card ladder. Look, his card was at 150, his silver around then, let's say around $100. And now it's around the $300 mark. Look at Colin Sexton. He was around $100, and now he's all the way up to 800 around. So, again, I'm not gloating here that I was right. I'm going to be wrong in my life a lot of times, but look at more than just the points per game. Because although Devontae Graham had a good season, right, going from 4.7 to 18 points a game, his field goal percentage was really bad. And that's a warning sign, I think, because field goal percentage is important. And then you look at how often is he getting to the rim. And he's struggling this year, Devontae Graham. They drafted Lonzo Ball, right? Maybe he has the pressure. He's playing more off ball from what I read. I don't watch too much Devontae Graham because I have no stock in him, right? And I'm not a Charlotte Hornets fan. But he's playing off ball. And look at his stats this year. Let's go find Devontae Graham. Look at that. He's shooting 25%. It's only 6 games. It's a small sample size to get better. He's shooting, where 3-point percentage, he was pretty good last year. 37%. He's at 28%. 9 points a game. Now, is this going to stay? Maybe not. Maybe he's going to improve. He's going to get 25 points a game. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that when you're investing in a player, when you're prospecting, it could even be unless you're buying LeBron, right? You don't need to prospect LeBron. You need to look at LeBron's advanced stats. Or a Mahomes, let's say LeBron's a bad example because an established player, a Mahomes, right? Patrick Mahomes, you don't need to do advanced stats. You know Patrick Mahomes is amazing. But anytime you're investing in a player, whether it's when it's a young player, always look more. Look at the numbers. Numbers tell a lot of the story. They do. And aside from that, read up on them. If you can't watch their games, right? Not everybody has the time to watch Charlotte Hornet games. If you can't watch the games, take 20 minutes of your day, follow the 2-3 beat writers of the Charlotte Hornets, and read what they're saying. Read what the player's good at. Read what the player's getting better at. Read what the player's struggling, and make a decision. So this is my video. I just want to give a little heads up on what I look at. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way, right? I could look at stats. We've seen players have great rookie years, then bad sophomore years, then good third years. This is not set in stone. But the more information you acquire, the better choices you'll make in the long run, right? You could make one bad choice, but then you'll be right on your next 3 choices. Don't always look at points per game. And don't follow what the hobby's doing, right? Because we see it. Players string a couple of good games together and the hobby gets hot. Do your research. It's fun. I enjoy this. If you don't enjoy this, I think you're in the wrong business, the hobby. If you don't enjoy reading about sports and you just want to pick a random player that everybody's talking about, then I think you're in the wrong hobby, honestly. All right, guys, that's my 2 cents. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.